Right now, every note-taking app, every AI chatbot, every productivity tool you use, none of it actually knows you by default. You open ChatGPT, you re-explain your whole situation, you open Notion, it's just a digital filing cabinet that does nothing on its own. But what if your notes weren't just storage? What if they were your brain that your AI actually thinks with? And what if all of it lived in plain text files on your own computer that you own forever? By the end of this video, you're going to have a complete blueprint to build that system yourself. Let's go. Here's the problem. Most people split their digital life into three disconnected pieces. A Notes app where ideas go to die, a task manager that doesn't talk to the Notes app, and an AI chatbot that has zero memory of either. Every conversation with AI starts from scratch. Every note you write never gets revisited, and your data, your actual thoughts, your actual life, is sitting inside someone else's app on someone else's servers, formatted in a way that you can't take with you. I've spent the last few months building something different, a knowledge vault, a vault of plain markdown files in Obsidian, connected to Claude through Cowork. So the AI can read my notes, write to them, run workflows, and surface things I forgot that I even thought about. Today I'm going to show you exactly how it's built, piece by piece, so that you can set up your own version, even if you've never used Obsidian before. Let's start with the foundation because this decision shapes everything else. Obsidian stores everything as plain markdown files on your hard drive. No proprietary database, no lock-in. If Obsidian disappeared tomorrow, every file would still open in any text editor on Earth. This matters because of the principle I live by: file over app. Your data should outlast any single piece of software. I want to be able to plug in a different AI model, even an open source one running locally, into these same files and keep going. That's not paranoia, that's just insurance. You wouldn't leave your life savings in an account you can't control, right? So why would you leave your ideas, your journal, your business plans in an app that you can't export the data out of? Now, I'm just going to demonstrate through my vault right here exactly that this is my Obsidian vault. So it's just a bunch of folders. And if I click into one of these folders, let's just say I click into Atlas, and if I click into dots, app ideas, these are just a bunch of markdown files. So I could open them up in Obsidian and see them through the app. Or what I could do is I could just right click this, click on open with, and then I could select any app I want. So I could do a plain text app, or I could open it up here in Visual Studio Code, and this will open up just fine. So let's just go ahead and give this a second, and there we go. So this is the small note that I made about a business idea that I had. Now let's look at how the vault is actually organized. I'm using a framework called ACE, plus one extra folder that I added for AI. So this is what the folder looks like. So we have the plus folder. This is the inbox. Anything new, any new note that I create lands here. It's a way for me to quickly capture half-formed thoughts and stuff that I haven't processed yet. Moving down a little bit further, we have Atlas. This is where timeless information goes. So my maps of content, people, quotes, information sources. This is where ideas live once they've matured. Next we have calendar here. So these are time-based notes, my daily notes, weekly, monthly, quarterly reviews. This is the spine of the whole system. Next we have efforts. So this is just the output. These are time-sensitive notes, areas that I'm responsible for long-term active projects and finished works. The X down here is for basically just templates and support files. Now, if we jump back up to AIOS, this is another folder that I added, and this is the AI operating system, and this is something we'll be diving into a little bit deeper in the video. Inside AIOS, there are 4 subfolders. So first we have history. This is where every note the AI writes, that's where it lives. Daily logs, daily briefs, conversational transcripts. This is AI first territory. I never have to touch it, but I can read it at any time. Next we have maps. This is where the vault map and skill map live. More on these in a second. Next we have skills. So there's one markdown file per repeatable workflow. And each one of these markdown files is a skill. that the AI can run on command. Lastly, we have systems. So these are just named groupings of skills that work together, like the daily trident or the weekly review system. Let's talk about the me.md file. Here we're looking at a sample version of a me.md file. So this is what our AI looks like before it does anything within the vault, before it communicates with us at all. So as far as how this me.md file is structured, we have the summary statement, working preferences, very specific rules, conventions, skills, and very detailed personal information about whoever is using this vault. So this makes all of the difference. There's two more files that do the heavy lifting, the vault map and the skill map. The vault map is the AI's manual for navigating my folder structure and creating new notes correctly. It explains what goes where, which folders are AI-writable versus human only, and which templates to use for which note types. Without this, an AI would either refuse to create files or create them in the wrong place, with the wrong format. So with it, every note the AI makes looks like one I would have made myself. So I'll just go ahead and scroll through here just to show you what everything looks like. So very, in a detailed way, shows you exactly where goes, what goes where, and shows how to create notes. The skill map is the bigger one. This is a directory of every repeatable workflow I've defined. Each one is its own markdown file in AIOS/skills. Some examples are daily brief, which pulls together my calendar, email, active projects, and weather into one working document each morning. The weekly review reads my past week's notes and drafts a reflection using my own templates. Then we have Find Ideas, which does a deep scan of the last 30 days of notes and surfaces things worth building, writing, or investigating. Then we have YouTube OS, the exact system that I used to plan this video that you're seeing right now. Each skill has trigger phrases, a description, dependencies on other skills, and step-by-step instructions. When I say something like run my daily brief, Claude reads the skill map, finds the matching skill, opens that file, and follows the instructions, reading and writing to my vault as needed. This is the part that turns a pile of notes into an operating system. The notes aren't just storage anymore. They're a brain with executable workflows attached. All right, that's enough explaining. Let's actually do something. So here I'm in Claude Cowork. I'm gonna ask Claude to scan my recent daily notes and tell me what patterns it sees. It's gonna tell me things I've been circling without realizing it, half-formed ideas that might deserve their own note, and connections between things I wrote weeks apart. This is the part that gets people. It's not that the AI is smarter than you, it's that it can hold all of your notes in its head at once, something no human can do for their own writing. It's like having a research assistant who's read everything you've ever written and never forgets any of it. All right, so here I'm just gonna run a skill. So as you can see, I have my Obsidian Vault selected, Ideaverse Pro 02.5. I'm gonna type in a keyboard shortcut, SSK. And this is just going to tell Claude to actually go into this folder and first read the me.md file, review the vault map and the skill map for relevant context. So below it, I'm just going to say run the Find Ideas skill. And now we're just going to go ahead and wait for it to do its thing. Wow, so this is some pretty amazing output right here from the skill. So it's recommending certain tools to build based off of what I've talked a lot about in my notes. So the loop consultant idea is definitely something that I've been thinking about that I just recently added to my note. So this might get graduated into a project, a content idea, a video idea right here, the distribution coach idea that I can reach out to every time I have a question about social media. So that's something I've written multiple times about. Then certain people to reach out to, tools to investigate. I've definitely been talking a lot about local hardware and running your own local models on it. And yeah, things to write. And my highest priority being the loop consultant idea. So this is just absolutely incredible. The last piece is the rhythm. So every day I have a daily note. Throughout the day, things get added to it by me and increasingly by AI. It adds its own logs of what we do together in a separate note through the skill daily log, which scans my Claude Cowork sessions and file changes and writes a time-stamped log automatically. So this is an example of what a daily note looks like right here. So this was on June 6, 2026. Now let's go ahead and show you what a daily log looks like. So here's an example of a daily log. I have June 4th selected, and it gives me an overview of everything that I got done during the day. This is all AI generated, by the way. I didn't write any of this. And then it logs several times throughout the day what I did. So it logs what I did at 9 p.m., 7:30, 4 p.m., 2:25, and there you go. So at the end of the week, the weekly review skill reads the last 7 daily notes, daily logs, and drafts a reflection. What went well, what didn't, and what to focus on next week. So none of this is magic. It's just that nothing falls through the cracks anymore. Every conversation, every decision, every half-formed idea gets captured somewhere that AI can find it later. And because it all compounds in one place, the system gets more useful the longer that you use it, not less. So here's an example of a document for a weekly review that AI generated. So as you can see right here, this is an AI generated weekly review. And what I do is I have AI generate its own weekly review, and then I create my own, and then I compare the two and see what might be different between the two. So top priorities, what got neglected, what I struggled with, wins for the week, what I spent the most time on. So there's a lot here. If you want to build something like this for yourself, the starting point is simple. Install Obsidian. It's free, and start with one file, your own version of me.md. Just write down who you are, what you're working on, and how you like to work. That one file changes everything that comes after it. Then point Claude to it. So if this was useful, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a list of the skills that I'm using here, then go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll make sure I send you over a document that details these skills. All right, I'll see you in the next one.